come on, let's stick together now. This is our kind of freedom in Africa. We send our messages through music in our tradition in Africa. Come on, let's stick together now.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Can we please be seated? Shall we please take our seats? For everybody that's still standing, can we please be seated? Or shall we rather remain standing as His Excellency in the entourage makes their way into the venue? Shall we? Thank you very much. Shall we give His Excellency a warm welcome? Thank you very much. Thank you very much as we remain standing for the national and AU anthems. Thank you. You may be seated. There's still plenty of seats open for those who do not have seats. Thank you very much. Before we start the evening's proceedings, please give it up to the NAMA 2018 two lifetime achievers, Ahue and Jomo.
The winter of change sweeping across African continent. The winter of change sweeping across African continent. Over there, they say this. Oh yeah, Africa. Oh yeah, oh. Amanda, away to Aluda, Makondinua, Mama River, Viva, the winter of change sweeping across the African continent. The winter of change sweeping across the African continent. Over there, they say this. Oh yeah, Africa. Oh yeah, oh. Amanda, away to Aluda, Nakondilua, Mama Viva, Viva, Viva. The winds of freedom sweeping across Mama Africa. The winds of freedom sweeping across Mama Africa. Over there, they say this. Oh yeah, Africa. Oh yeah, oh. Amanda, away to Aluda, Nakondilua, Mama Viva, Viva, Africa. Ahudadi de na, Nkatani ra chabata. Ahudadi de, Kabudani na dinaske. Ahudadi de na, Nkatani ra chabata. Ahudadi de. Ahudadi de, Nkatani ra chabata. Ahudadi de, Kabudani na dinaske. Ahudadi de, Nkatani ra chabata. Ahudadi de.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the MTC and Huawei 10th Anniversary Gala Dinner. Now, we have quite a few dignitaries here tonight. Firstly, I would like to welcome His Excellency the President, Dr. Hage Geingob. Welcome. And of course, his beautiful wife, Madam Kate Kos, the First Lady of the Republic of Namibia. Now today we are blessed with a lot of power in the house. We also have His Excellency, the Vice President, Dr. Nangolo Mbuma. And of course, Madam Mbuma. Welcome. Also, His Excellency, the Ambassador of China to Namibia, Zhang Yimin. Welcome. Now, this is not a cabinet meeting, but we have quite a few ministers here today. Honorable Stanley Semata from ICT. Honorable Dr. Pea Mwishalenga from Urban and Rural Development. Honorable Saki Shagala from Ministry of Justice. Honorable Erastus Utoni, Ministry of Sports. We have quite a few deputy ministers as well. Welcome. We also have Mr. Time Kanjo in the house tonight. You obviously did not see that one coming. We also have Honorable Charles Namolo from Safety and Security. His Worship the Mayor of Windhoek, Mzee Kazapwa. And then, of course, Mr. Elvis Nashilonga, who is the board chairperson of MTC. And then we have the Huawei Southern African Senior Vice President, Mr. Low Lee. Then, of course, a man that needs no introduction from Standard Bank, Mr. Vetwambavi Mungunda. And I'm going to explain why he's here later. All right, esteemed invited guests, you all very special here tonight, members of the media, welcome to the MTC Huawei 10th Anniversary Gala Dinner. It's going to be a very short evening, but very exciting as well. We have deliberately not put any programs on your table because we want to keep it short and very exciting. All I can say is that this is going to be a night of celebration and a night of giving back. If you need to use your phone, or if it rings or vibrates, please answer it. All right, so without further ado, I would like to invite Mr. Elvis Nashilongo to come and deliver the MTC statement. Please give him a warm welcome.
Thank you, Director of Proceedings. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Namibia, Dr. Hage Geingob, Your Excellency, Dr. Nangolo Mbumba, the Vice President of the Republic of Namibia, Your Excellency, Zhang Yimin, the Ambassador of People's Republic of China, Honorable Minister in our midst, and I wish to single out the Minister responsible for the ICT sector, Honorable Stanley Smata, Your Worship, the Mayor of Windhoek, Huawei Group Senior Vice President, Mr. Cha Chien, NPTH, and MTC leadership, invited guests, members of the media. I am indeed delighted to deliver a short statement on behalf of MTC during this remarkable occasion of celebrating MTC Huawei 10th anniversary. Moments like this comes with opportunity to reflect on our humble beginning, being the first mobile operator to operate in Namibia. Prior 1995, the concept of mobile phones was barely known in our country. when the promoters of MTC approached various financial institutions to fund the business idea, all of them were skeptical and all refused to come on board. The government of the Republic of Namibia took a revolutionary stand and solely funded this startup operation, which to date is being hailed as a majestic success story, not only here at home, but in the region and beyond. We are certainly proud to be associated with this 21st century business, and I wish to express our appreciation to the loyalty and support received from our customers since inception. MTC continues to enjoy this phenomenal support and patronage, and I'm glad to state that as at the 9th of November 2018, we reached an impressive milestone when we celebrated 2.5 million active subscribers on our network. Indeed, this is no mean feat, given our population of approximately 2.3 million people. This is also a clear indication that the uptake of technology and mobile penetration in Namibia is extremely good. And we shall persistently use this base, not only for business expansion purposes, but also to facilitate national development. In terms of our contribution to the fiscus and national economic growth in general, we are pleased to share that MTC has paid over 3.1 billion Namibian dollars in company taxes. Our operation as a business has profound ripple effect on other industries. The company has so far spent about 17 billion Namibian dollars on various suppliers doing business with us, while over 268 million Namibian dollars has been invested in sponsorships. We continue to do business with a sizable number of suppliers, and we believe that this relationship will have a perpetual and positive impact to national economic growth. In this context, MTC recognizes the existing gap in terms of national policy framework to address inequalities that continue to prevent ordinary people from taking part in the mainstream of the Namibian economy. Our position on this matter is crystal clear, and that is the advancement of Namibian businesses by giving them preferential treatment, and provided that they demonstrate capacity and tenacity to perform in line with our brand expectation. Your Excellency, esteemed guest, as this is not enough, we have always been of the view that while maintaining subscription to governance triple bottom line, there must always be tangible value creation for shareholders. The company performance in this area has been quite remarkable, with generous dividends policy, and I am pleased to mention that MTC to date has paid over 5 billion Namibian dollars in dividends to shareholders. We wish to applaud the following key drivers in this incredible and successful journey. In the first place, we wish to thank the shareholder in the form of the Namibian government for such a supportive role. We also wish to thank our dedicated and competent staff members for commitment and focus on business growth objectives. In the same vein, we wish to express our profound happiness and appreciation to Huawei, with whom we are celebrating some of our successes tonight. I need to emphasize that we have many other suppliers and partners with whom we also achieved great milestones in their respective areas of expertise, and we are therefore open and willing to celebrate with them as well. Tonight, we are celebrating a smart partnership between MTC and Huawei to highlight this significant milestone by the two companies in the area of ICT, not only in Namibia, but also in Africa. Between 2008 and 2009, MTC and Huawei jointly deployed the first 3G network in Namibia. A few years thereafter, MTC was the first company to launch commercial 4G technology in Africa. MTC was also the first to test the 4.5G technology in Africa. These are all very good and proud moments in the history of MTC. Recently, we launched the rollout of cloud and fiber projects to provide added services to our customers and ensure that MTC positions itself for real digital transformation. We are at this stage watching with keen interest the market appetite for safe city concepts, as well as other business and development opportunities in this regard. Tonight, we recognize Huawei's involvement and participation in these highlights, and we wish to thank them for walking this journey with us. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a night of celebration and giving back to society. I therefore encourage you to sit back, relax, and enjoy this evening with us. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nashilongo. We are, of course, streaming live on all our social media platforms, Bookface, whatever you call them. So if you have friends and family at home that would like to follow the proceedings here, please. After all, we do have one of the lowest data costs here in Africa. And I'm sure Mr. Bandega will agree with us from CRAN. Thank you very much, Mr. Bandega. Next up is a statement from Huawei, Southern African Senior Vice President, Mr. Lo Lee. Thank you. And he will, of course, be delivering his statement in English. Is that so?
Yeah, not Chinese.
Thank you.
Not Chinese, yes. So, Your Excellency, Dr. Hage Geingob, President of the Republic of Namibia, First Lady, Madam Monica Gingos, Your Excellency, Dr. Nangola Bomba, Vice President of the Republic of Namibia, Your Excellency, Zhang Yimin, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to Namibia, Honorable Ministers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Thank you for coming from near and far to be with us on this important and memorable evening to making 10 years of smart partnership between MTC and Huawei. Just a few days ago, we witnessed this partnership breaking new ground with delivering a comprehensive fiber internet and digital cloud computing services to support government, public, and private enterprises in Namibia to increase efficiency and an effective and lower cost. Namibia has been a front runner in adoption of the ICT on this continent. Africa, the first DWDM, a technology, increase bandwidth over existing fiber networks, was adopted in Namibia in 2011. Africa's the first 4.5G network also trialed in this country. In 2017, partner with Huawei, MTC was embarking on the journey to provide the 100 population coverage in this country. We also so grateful that with MTC, we have been able to participate and contribute to this national technological advancement, which not only enhance the socio-economic development, but also connect Namibians with quality services and numerous possibilities. As Nobel Prize winner Professor Joseph states, growth that is not shared will not be sustainable. With strategic focus on ICT for more than 30 years, Huawei itself has grown from a small enterprise to be a leading global ICT solution provider, ranking number 72 on Fortune 500 list. In this journey, sharing is our constant pursuit. Rooted in Namibia more than 10 years, Huawei has been improving its localization strategy and fulfilling its corporate social responsibility for sustainable value creation. In this process, we are dedicated to enhancing ICT infrastructure, nurturing industry ecosystem, and cultivating ICT talents to contribute to the goal of shared prosperity. As we all know, Namibia is marching towards this goal with social progression and economic advancement. We are proud to be part of these historic achievements. Huawei's vision is bring digital to every person, home, and organizations for fully connected, intelligent world. With this vision, we are ready to make more contribution to Namibia's development by fully unleashing the transformative power of ICT with diverse of ICT solutions tailored to the local needs. We would like to bring the latest technologies, including 5G, to Namibia. We would also like to work with MTC to maximally utilize its infrastructure to benefit Namibians. With ICT solutions like Safe City to make cities safer. We all know that Namibia's road ranking the best in Africa. We are ready to build a digital road for this beloved country to be a better place to live, work, visit, and invest. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Loli. MTC officially 2.5 million active and happy customers. Let's take a quick look at a very short video.
What defines connection? It used to be talking with friends, communicating with family, contacting beyond borders, and reaching out into the world.
As MTC, we believe in innovation, and we believe that investing in our people is an eventual investment. We are indeed very happy to be associated with Huawei in enabling MTC to roll out these services. We believe that with vendors like Huawei, we will be in a position to maintain our position in the market. clients and customers remains the winners as we are embarking upon yet another road of digital transformation.
We've been making connections for over 23 years, connecting 95% of Namibia. But now, we're going to provide you with more than connection. MTC will help enterprises deliver a successful digital transformation, to reach the unreachable and connect the unconnected, to bring the digital world to Namibia and bring Namibia to the world. MTC now is more than a connection. What defines connection? It used to be talking with friends, communicating with family, contacting beyond borders, and reaching out into the world.
Cape Town. And we're very excited to sign you up. I see Standard Bank here. I see all the big businesses. What are you waiting for? Let us go cloud. I see my acting CEO, Mr. Tina Smith. Welcome. Are you well? That's good. Just to supplement what you've just seen, let me welcome Madam Elise Liu, who's going to take you through a very short presentation of what this partnership means to both MTC and Huawei. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, Dr. Hage Geingob, President of Namibia, Your Excellency, Dr. Nangola Mba, Vice President of Namibia, Honorable Ministers, all our dear friends. Today we are here to celebrate 10 years anniversary for the partnership between MTC and Huawei. What an exciting, challenging, and rewarding journey for the past 10 years. It's an incredible journey. The trust has been built between MTC and Huawei because we share the same vision and mission to serve Namibia with a dedication and a full commitment. As our VP, our senior VP mentioned, we are extremely grateful for the success achieved together with MTC. We believe without your contribution, your hard work, your excellence from MTC and Huawei colleagues, without the contribution from our suppliers, from our regulators, and from other partners, we couldn't have achieved what we have today. We are extremely grateful for all the customers who are connecting with us. We are here to serve the beautiful Namibia. As a front runner of the digital services in the region, in the country, MTC has achieved great in terms of delivering the best of the digital services to the country, to the region, with the technologies, together with the partnership with the Huawei. We believe these are the technologies have been serving the country, the society, and the people to deliver the best of the lifestyle. We are proud to be part of the achievement. We are willing to dedicate for the next another decade. For those who's probably out of the industry and not very familiar, Huawei, instead of the phone, the smartphone itself, may I just take 1 minute, very quickly introduce Huawei and the position. Huawei was first nominated into the Global Fortune 500 back in 2010. You can see the position there. We are nearly 400, but it's a great achievement. By the current year, if you look at our position again, it's number 72. What a huge improvement. We are working on the success of our global customers. By doing that, we're able to achieve with the support our customers globally, including MTC. You can see some very popular and powerful brands. We are already overtaking these competitors and the big industry leaders. And we are so thankful we couldn't be in that position without your support and the partnership. We are so proud of being together with MTC. For those who's wondering what is making Huawei progress so fast, we have to share 3 figures. The figures indicating our persistent investment into our research and development, which is guarantee our delivery, the state-of-art technical solution. If you talk about the percentage of the investment into R&D to the total of revenue, we are among the very top. Every year, we are putting 15% of total revenue into R&D to make sure we provide the right solution. We understand our customers' needs. If you talk about number of employees who's purely working on R&D, the figure is 80,000. Okay? The last figure, if you wonder how much we putting into R&D absolute value in US dollars, and the unit is a billion, it's a 12.2 billion US dollars, only 2017, which is ranking Huawei into number 6 among all the absolute value in the industry leaders who are putting into R&D. Look at that figure. We are ahead of Apple. Yeah. And just the last figure, if you think the figure is not impressive enough, the figure for the last 10 years we are putting into R&D in US dollar billion is 60 billion. That type of support and investment and capacity make us to be qualified to be your strategy partner, MTC guys. Now we have to come to the level of the country. Since your excellencies are here, we need to report what we have done, what we are going to do together with MTC. By the third parties consulting firm, there's a very clear figure, says every 20% of extra investment into ICT, will lift up the GDP clearly by 1%. Because of that, if you look at global practice in the other countries, many countries have formed the ICT policy in terms of ICT to make dedicated investments. You can see many names are there. We are working together with them. We are so proud. We feel so honorable and such encouragement to be part of Namibia government's Harbin Prosperity Plan together with MTC. We will be working together very closely in accelerating our delivery, the best ICT infrastructure in the region to satisfy the government and the people's needs. We are in an age, everything is defined by excellence. We have to do outstanding job to keep the business sustainable. Looking forward, we cannot just stay in the sweet memory what has been achieved and the extraordinary experience with the MTC. We are determined to working together for the next decade to deliver the right services that the Namibian people need, the right infrastructure to satisfy the society and the country economy development. To do that, we are determined to be more focused, to be dedicated, to serve the country in providing anytime, anywhere access, anytime access to the broadband, which is becoming the basic human rights nowadays. We have to achieve that for the 100% coverage to improve our life. In addition to that, moving forward, serving our society, we are determined to provide, starting from something like safe city. We believe safe city will provide more attraction to our major industries such as tourists, will attract more investment from the foreign countries, will be able to use the investment to boost up the industry, and will be able to enhance our people's enjoyment of the life. Because of that, we here, may I take this opportunity to ask, to invite Your Excellency, all our honorable guests, everybody here, everybody in the country, to be part of this beautiful, better connected Namibia. You can play the role of building and supporting and experiencing tomorrow's better connected Namibia. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Liz. We've invited our colleagues from Telecom Namibia. We've invited our colleagues from MTN as well. Please relax and feel welcome. You know, there's a very historical story between MTC and Telecom Namibia, and that's why we always invite them. MTC was actually born out of Telecom Namibia, and that's why we're such good partners. Your Excellency, we trialed 4.5G technology with yourself not so long ago. I am happy to announce that the 4.5G technology is live in Windhoek. So you're more than welcome to try it. It's obviously much faster. All right, so may I please call Mr. Elvis Nashilongo, Kian, Mr. Tina Smith, and the Huawei VP. Can I please ask the ladies to bring they just want to give each other appreciation awards. So can I please ask So can I please ask Mr. Kian to do the honors? If you could give it to Tines and present him with, thank you very much. And it says reliable vendor. We have a lot of other vendors in here who are also as reliable. So if you'd like to celebrate your success with us, you're more than welcome. Thank you very much. Can I now ask Mr. Nashilongo to do the same? Thank you very much. Shall we, can you gentlemen just follow me so we can cut this beautiful cake? I know some of you only eat cakes when it's a birthday, but this is a celebration. No, cut it here. No. Yeah, please take it off. Please take it off. Yes. Mr. Nashilongo, Tines. You will all get a piece of the cake during dinner, so please relax. Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much. You may be seated. Now, just to cement this partnership, may I now call His Excellency, the Ambassador of China, Ambassador Zhang Yimin, for his remarks. Your Excellency.
His Excellency Dr. Hage Geingob, President of the President of the Republic of Namibia, and the beautiful, charming First Lady Monica Gengos, His Excellency Dr. Nangolo Mubumba, Vice President, and Madam Mubumba, Honorable Ministers, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'm very pleased and honored to join you tonight to witness the 10 years anniversary of the partnership between Huawei and MTC. In the past 10 years, this young baby has grown up healthily and rapidly with this care and attention and strong support from the leadership of the government of Namibia, all the line ministries, especially from MTC. This cooperation has become another strong benchmark in China and Namibian relationship. So we are so proud of all the achievements that Huawei and MTC has achieved in the past 10 years. It's known to all that Namibia is among one of few African countries which has the best infrastructures, the roads, highway networks, the railway, the deep sea port, as well as the cyber network in Africa. It has also set up an example for other African countries by good governance As the Chinese ambassador, I'm very pleased to see Huawei, one of the Fortune 500 companies from China, and MTC, a leading operator from Namibia, to work together to enable Namibia to stand at the forefront of the development of the information and the communication infrastructure in Africa. Benefited from the cooperation between the two parties. In 2012, the first 4G network in Africa was launched in Namibia. And in 2016, the first 4.5G network on this continent was once again trialed in this country. As a sincere friend and close partner of Namibia, China will feel so proud of these achievements. So with the largest internet population in the world, China has made major breakthroughs in innovation in modern times. There are 4 Chinese new great inventions, namely high-speed bullet train, electronic payments, shared bicycles, and online shopping, and 3 of which are directly related to mobile communication. At present, China is actively piloting and promoting 5G networks, and we will continue to lead the international trend in the field of mobile communication in the future. Information and communication network is an important aspect of infrastructure. It is also an important area for China-Namibian cooperation under the framework of Belt and Road Initiative. And an important aspect of 4-in-1 connectivity, namely land, sea, sky, and online cyber network connectivities. In our view, Namibia has enough reasons in this continent to be the future hub and the center for the connectivities under the framework of the One Belt, One Road initiative. The Harambee Prosperity Plan proposed by His Excellency the President Hage Geingob states that Namibia is aimed at 100% coverage by digital TV and radio broadcast to all households and 80% broadband connections and usage to all primary and secondary schools in Namibia to allow e-learning by 2020. I spent a couple of months in the past few, since I arrived in Namibia in August last year. I traveled most part of Namibia with the scholarship, the Chinese Ambassador Scholarship and the School Bags Project, supported by the First Lady's Office and the One Economy Foundation and the Line Ministries. We have a strong belief that in the near future, Namibian young student learners, they should enjoy the better digital education systems. We hope their dreams can be realized in the near future with the support from MTC and Huawei. And I have learned that MTC is working with Huawei towards the ambitious goal of 100% coverage of the communication network, which will undoubtedly be another milestone in the development of Namibia. This achievement will enable Namibia and Africa to leapfrog in the 4th industrial revolution. And I fully believe that with the joint efforts of the Huawei and MTC, Namibia will become the best country in Africa in terms of network coverage and the speed of the internet. During the Beijing summit of the Forum on China-African Cooperation held in early September, President Xi Jinping proposed the 6 directions for building a closer China-African community with a shared future, and the 8 major initiatives, which further pointed out the direction and provides a broader space for China-Namibian cooperation. We are proud to see that the year 2018 is a big year for China-Namibian relationship. Because within this year, His Excellency President Hage Geingob kindly visited China twice. And during the state visit, the 2 heads of states agreed to elevate the all-weather traditional friend between China and Namibia to a new high. We call it the strategic and comprehensive partnership and cooperation. So, Mr. President, Comrade President, we thank you very much for supporting our relationship, and we have strong belief that under the leadership, your leadership, and Mr. President Xi Jinping, our all-weather friendship, we're moving forward. So I would like to take this opportunity to wish more Chinese leading companies like Huawei to come to invest in Africa, in Namibia, to help develop the economy of Namibia and to improve the living standard of the grassroots people. Most of the Namibians, they might not know that much better about the high-tech companies like Huawei. So we need to promote the names of Huawei companies to the majority of the Namibian people, to the majorities of African people. So I would like to wish Huawei and MTC to witness the brighter future and a greater success under the guidelines of the 8 major initiatives announced by my President, His Excellency Comrade Xi Jinping during the FOCAC Beijing Summit, to bring more practical results, more beneficiaries to the people of Namibia, to the people of Africa. So I thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Your Excellency. I am happy to announce that we are halfway through the program and 50 kilometers right before your dinner. Please give it up for Ahoe and the band, and we'll then take it from there.
Utumise no waso Kai kaisa no waso Okaribe no waso Uzagosa no waso Uarane no waso Oswago Ponta no waso Usagadi, no wawazo. Ondangwa, no wawazo. Otumeha, no wawazo. Odabi, no wawazo. Aheke, oh my, no, Bariga Namibia. Aheke, oh my, no, Bariga Namibia. Aheke, oh my, no, Bariga Namibia. Namibia, 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 Namibia. Aya di mubudu buse, di mubudu buse. Aya di mubudu buse, adageno. Aya di mubudu buse, di mubudu buse. Aya di mubudu buse, adageno. Amkaya kaure, sambi teske. Aom geko, sambi teske. Amkare, sambi teske. Go, Sammy, Teske. Ayadi Kubuse, in Kubuse, Ayadi Kubuse, Arageno, Ayadi Kubuse, in Kubuse, Ayadi Kubuse, Arageno. Sammy, Teske, Aongego, Sammy, Teske, Amkare, Sammy, Teske, Aongego, Sammy, Teske, Ayo. Again.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Remembering the great legend, Jackson Kaiwa. I'm sitting right in front of ERF 2018. Used to be mine a couple of years ago. Please, just take a moment, sit back, and enjoy the live play.
Moro, Marta.
Moro, Petrina. How are you, my sister?
Good. Better than you, I see. I'm already done with that.
So,
Marta, thank you so much for the food yesterday.
Don't worry, my sister. You're welcome. Man, I'm just waiting for Philemon to bring the water. We didn't get much sleep last night. We got up a bit late today.
I also can't sleep very well when it's that cold.
But it's Oma.
Oh, what's wrong?
You know how bad her asthma gets when it's so cold. And that wind.
Ooh, I thought my roof was going to blow away.
And the dust. It made things even worse. She was just up half the night just coughing and coughing and coughing. We tried to make her comfortable, Mara.
Oma. You know, it's really not nice for Oma to suffer like that.
You know, I just really wish I can do better for her, you know? But do you remember that lady that I work for on Mondays and Thursdays? That one, man, in Ludwigsdorf.
Ooh! The one with the 5 dogs that all sleep in her bed?
4 dogs. But yes, that one. And so she gave us her old mattress.
Oh!
Yeah. So now, may I put that one on top of Oma's thin little mattress so she doesn't feel the cold from the floor so much.
That's good. That's good.
How is Lloyd and Peter? Family?
Sorry.
Oh, Philemon, there you are. Man.
Sorry. You know what? The queue at the tap was very long today.
Ooh, and you have to walk so far.
Yeah. Good morning, Bettina.
Moro, Philemon, Moro. You know, I'm glad I don't have to walk that far.
Well, you are lucky because you stay nearby the tap. You see, going there is not the issue. It's coming from the tap with this container full of water. You know, it takes me 20 minutes to get here.
Philemon, come and bring the water here.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Petrina.
Man, so tell me, how is your family, Lloyd and them? How are they?
Not so good. Not so good, huh?
Why? What happened now?
Philemon, I almost told you last week, their shack bent down. That side of Okahanja Park, it said they lost everything.
The only thing they had left was the clothes they were wearing. Even all their documents burnt. Their IDs, the children's birth certificate, alles, everything.
Ooh. And it was even in the newspaper because 5 shacks burnt down.
Yeah.
And those 2 little boys died.
I heard about it. It's so terrible. Hey, what caused the fire?
The police, they are not sure. That's what the newspaper said.
It's probably one of those gas stoves again, yeah?
No, Lloyd thinks it's the mother of those poor boys. You know, she has to go out every night. She's a security guard or something. Anyway, she always put on a candle for the boys before she left because they were too scared to be alone in the dark. And I guess it must have fell over. And the shack was locked too.
I say those poor little boys. But me, I understand the mother. What was she supposed to do? She doesn't even have electricity.
Yeah, you are right, my wife, you are right. You see, our children also do their homework by the candlelight. You know, Memory is going to write a grade 12 very soon.
Proud father.
Oh, yeah.
So now listen, now Lloyd, Peter and the children, they moved in with Petrina now after the fire.
Yeah, well, they had nowhere else to go.
All of them? But they had 4 children.
Yes.
Ish. So, how many are you now in that small kashek of yours?
Oof.
There are 9.
No, we are 10.
10. 10. It's a really. But who else is there with you?
Yeah, Lloyd's younger sister. She moved to Windhoek to look for work about a month ago and was staying with him. So I also had to take her in. Although I don't really like her much.
So you didn't tell me that.
10? How do you sleep in that small shack?
Yeah.
Aye, Philemon. We manage. I moved the curtain to make the sleeping area a bit bigger. Yeah, I sleep there with all the children and Lloyd's sister. And well, Lloyd and Peter, they sleep in the kitchen. That way they have a bit more privacy.
Now you have to cook for all of them.
Yeah, Lloyd and I do all the cooking. Luckily, Peter has that job at the service station. So with his money and mine, we can buy a lot of pap and things like that. Ooh, but Lloyd's sister, that one, too lazy. Not even looking for work, just sits around all day doing nothing. Hey, guess what she did the other day?
What?
What?
Oh, I don't think I must say.
That's all right. Let me get inside the house and leave them two alone here. Hey.
And so...
Hey. Where is this boy? He's supposed to make fire.
Stop shouting. Oma's sleeping, man.
And if Oma can sleep through all that loud music, then surely she can sleep through this.
Very true. You know my neighbor, that young one. You know, he listens to this one radio station that plays that rap music all day. And so loud, it drives me crazy. And don't even get me started on that shebeen down the road.
Where is the boy?
Man, he's going to get firewood. He's coming back soon. Oh!
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. So the other day,
You were saying, about Lloyd's sister.
Oh, yes. So the other day, I asked her to empty the bucket.
Yeah.
You know, the night bucket. I had to quickly go and buy bread. You know, Lloyd went to Zula and Peter was at work, so I asked her to do it. Anyway, she didn't empty the bucket. Just left it there.
Hi.
So when I came home, it was all over the floor.
What a
one of the little ones must have tipped it over while they were playing.
What a mess.
Ooh, the whole floor was full of you know what. Luckily, no number 2. And I had to clean it all up because she went out and left my eldest to look after all those children.
But your eldest is only 11.
Can you believe it? But you know what's worse? I had to air out the mattress because it also got wet.
Yeah.
And someone stole it.
No. Sorry, Sissy.
Martha. I really don't like that bucket, man.
Yeah, but what can you do? Because now if you go outside in the night to relieve yourself, the potatoes will get you. And it's much worse than the buckets.
You know my neighbor, that short, fat one. The one that lives behind us. Yeah. She also doesn't like the bucket. She just goes out at night to use the bush. Not even the communal toilet. She says that one is too dirty.
It's true. And the smell.
Ooh, don't even talk about it. Anyway, I have to get back. I can't leave Lloyd alone with all the children. Anyway, bye-bye.
I'll see you at church tomorrow, my sister.
All right, Martha.
Okay.
Bye, Philemon.
Bye, Patrina.
Stop shouting. Oh. Nah.
Hello, Mimi.
Oh, there you are. Your father was already asking where you are, so you must start the fire. Now. Memory! Come and help me hang up the washing, Okay, stop shouting. Come.
Mimi, I have to do my essay. Can't Michael help you?
Michael is making the fire. You must just do your essay later. Oh,
But maybe later I have to do my hair, which means I can only do my essay tonight.
Memory, just stop complaining and come and help me, please, man. Take this one. Okay, you two must start the pub. Me, I'm going to see if Omar's fine, huh?
Hey, man, be careful. What's wrong with you?
I don't want to do my essay tonight, Michael. You know how I struggle to see with just that candlelight. You don't know because you're in grade 12 yet. You don't know how much work I have.
Hey, I also do my homework with the candlelight. Grade 10 isn't a joke. You know this already. Stop complaining.
No, man, I'm tired of this. No water, no light. Oh, my coughing so much. I'm scared she's going to stop breathing. Freezing in winter, boiling in summer, and hating the rain. Michael, what Namibian hates the rain? And I'm always scared.
I know. You know, the other day, my new friend from school, I told you about him.
Pietrus.
Yeah. He asked me if he can visit me one day. But I said no because I didn't want him to see this. I was too scared that he was not going to like me anymore. So I just said that Oma is too sick for visitors.
I just want us to live in a proper house. I don't want Meme to struggle like this and Tate.
Me too. And Oma, you know, I'd love to buy her a big bed, soft pillows, and a big duvet with those flowers printed on them. Maybe we could put her in her own room.
With a window for fresh air, an indoor toilet and a hot shower.
Oh, she would love that.
Yeah, she would. That's why I'm working so hard to finish my grade 12. Then I get to go to UNAM.
Yes, me too. Then maybe we can get out of here. Build a proper house for all of us. You know?
That would really be great.
Are the two of you paying attention or are you just bending the back? What's wrong? What is
Nothing,
it?
Meme.
We are just worried about Oma, that's all.
Don't worry about Oma. She'll be okay. Eh? Hey, we are gonna be okay.
Okay, Meme.
Is that done?
Yeah, it's done.
Okay, good. Go and take it to Oma. She's hungry.
I'll play in it. Let me welcome the cast so that they can introduce themselves. Please give them another round of applause. Can I ask you to introduce the group?
Yes. On? Yes. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hazel, and the play's name is Life in the Shack. Our director is Roya. She's the writer and director of this play. Next, we have Gift. Then we have Eba, Lucky, and Mikiros. And this is the cast. We are just freelance actors that came together.
Well, thank you very much. Very emotional indeed. I grew up in a shack, so I can relate. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. All right, so can I now please invite our line minister, Honorable Simata, to invite His Excellency the President for the keynote address. That is not a very convincing welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my dear brother Tim, the Director of Proceedings this evening. Your Excellency, Dr. Hage Gottfried Geingob, President of the Republic of Namibia, and Madam Monica Gengos, Your Excellency, Dr. Nangolo Mbumba, Vice President of the Republic of Namibia, and Madam Susiki Mbumba, Your Excellency, the Ambassador of China to the Republic of Namibia, my dear colleagues, fellow cabinet ministers, deputy ministers, the members of parliament, particularly our colleagues from the ICT Standing Committee of the National Assembly. Let me stand by the protocol that has been established much earlier. My task this evening is very short and sweet. But before I tackle that assignment, I need to indicate to both MTC and Huawei that you have broken our digital pact this evening. And I'm sure you are guessing, what is that digital pact that the minister is talking about? That digital pact, Comrade President, is that those of us in the ICT sector have 100% gone digital, and we no longer use papers. So to both Huawei, Mr. Senior Vice President, and Comrade Chair of the MTC Board, you will have to seriously consider increasing your contribution to the just cause this evening. I was joking to the President and the Vice President when we met earlier to say it's very rare, except during state occasions, to have the privilege of having in our midst both His Excellency the President and His Excellency the Vice President. Those of us, Comrade President, Comrade VP, who have the privilege to serve in the ICT sector, we appreciate your presence here this evening, because that illustrates the premium that our top leadership attaches to the critical sector of ICT. So once again, Comrade President and Comrade Vice President, thank you very much for gracing this occasion. I did not want to say Omake in the presence of the President, because I will run into trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my honor and privilege to ask you to join me to invite His Excellency the President of the Republic of Namibia, Dr. Hage Gottfried Geingob, to address us this evening.
Thank you. You may be seated. A few false starts. first one was when Elvis was boasting about the dividends they paid, saying it's about 5 billion. It reminds me of my young days when I was a student, maybe in my freshman year, and the professor was saying, when people are marketing themselves, they have a technique. They will tell you a big sale, 30% off, 50% off, but they never tell you off what. Now the 5 billion were told, what was the overall? We'd like to know that figure too. If it were 10 billion, 100 billion, you give us 5 billion, it sounds good without mentioning the other big figure. All the same, we thank you for that. Ambassador of China, Vice President, these are my colleagues, so I forget to recognize them. And the ministers here, the First Lady and the Second Lady. I don't know how it works. I am honored to join you at this 10th anniversary of the MTC Huawei membership. Other thing I had was another, not false start, but I would rather start from, as I started from the worst situation of poverty, and then maybe to try to move up. Now we started with such a beautiful Windhoek. I was even saying, oh my God, I never saw it so beautiful. And then we go down to the reality. So I would have started with the reality, show me that and see how we are moving up. Then we are moving forward, not backwards. So with that, this partnership is indicative of the all-weather friendship shared between the People's Republic of China and Republic of Namibia. It is also an example of the results of South-South cooperation, where two telecommunications partners have joined forces to bring world-class technologies to Namibia while contributing to the well-being of our society. Not only is technology prevalent and powerful than ever, it is also evolving at a rapid rate. It has been said that, and I quote, once a new technology rolls over you, if you are not part of the steamroller, you are part of the road, unquote. In other words, we cannot afford to be left behind in a technology race. To achieve the tenets of the AU Agenda 2063, it is pertinent that we encourage, support, and foster technological progress on the continent to augment economic growth and stimulate positive social change. Companies such as MTC and Huawei are at the forefront of ensuring that in Namibia we maintain pace with technological developments by staying ahead of the technological growth curve. Namibia has adopted Vision 2030 with the goal to improve the quality of life of the people of Namibia to the level of their counterparts in the developed world by 2030. Among the themes identified by government as crucial to this vision are knowledge, innovation, information, and technology. In this regard, I'm pleased that MTC has over the years made its fair contribution to Namibia's current technological state. However, technology is forever changing, and the challenge is to continue keeping up with the pace of change while delivering affordable and world-class technologies that enable Namibians to improve their lives. The partnership between MTC and Huawei, which is a world leader, as we are told, in the provision of information and communications technology, infrastructure, and smart devices, is commendable. This partnership has played a role in ensuring that Namibians have access to the latest in mobile communication technology and ensuring that we remain at par of our global peers. While we encourage smart partnership between Namibian businesses and foreign businesses, it is important that these partnerships and relations must be mutually beneficial and that Namibians benefit in the short and the long term. One of the main reasons why Namibia has been able to promote and support the advancement of the latest telecommunications technology is due to the fact that the government has, since independence, laid the groundwork for a conducive business and investment climate through the establishment of sound governance and macroeconomic architecture. We have also made significant progress, most notably in the improvement of requisite infrastructures. Ambassador mentioned this when he was talking. Areas that were isolated prior to independence are now connected via road networks and electricity grids. Despite these tremendous achievements, we are now faced with the challenge of establishing a sound socio-economic architecture. Scourges such as poverty, land distribution, housing, and we saw the problem of housing, and generational income disparities continue to provide serious challenges. We are well aware that the housing backlog in Namibia is ever increasing. I am informed that the number of shacks are estimated at 500,000 and growing by the day. Housing and the issue of land is one of our top priorities. It is for this reason that I initiated the recently held land conference in order to address the issue of land head-on. Part of dealing with the problem is to call it by its name. The situation in informal settlements is a humanitarian crisis. There is no other way to look at it. Government will declare it an emergency in order to oblige relevant stakeholders to mobilize resources and accelerate implementation of conference resolutions. Our mayor is here. We are going to meet very soon to see our emergency plans, how we are going to clear up this informal sector. When it comes to issues such as poverty, land and housing, it will require the collective will of all Namibians, both in public and private sector, individuals and businesses, to come together and make a contribution to help those less fortunate. We cannot give up on the fight until every Namibian is in place they can call home and feel safe. With so many challenges and dangers confronting shack dwellers, life is difficult and undignified. Shack fires, unstable family lives, and lack of electricity are just some of the challenges they are facing on a daily basis. These are Namibians with real problems and who lack the basic necessities. These are our brothers and sisters. We cannot stand by idly while they suffer. We can no longer be part of a society which turns a blind eye to the agony of the others. If we witness social injustice and choose to do nothing about it, we are part of the problem and not the solution. For that reason, let us hold hands and work towards finding a solution to these problems. This should begin by showing empathy towards our compatriots in need. Let us recall the wise words of the late President Nelson Mandela, who said, and I quote, "Overcoming poverty is not a gesture of charity. It is the protection of fundamental human rights, the right to dignity and a decent life," unquote. Today, I'm happy that in a few seconds, MTC and Huawei will jointly make a significant contribution to Namibia's housing problem. I do not wish to spoil the surprise, but I'm just making you to be curious. But on behalf of so many homeless Namibians, as your president, I accept this very noble gesture, which will be revealed very soon. Moreover, as we enter this festive period, I encourage every Namibian with the means to stretch out a hand to help the needy, not as a gesture of charity, but in the interest of helping your fellow Namibian. With these words, I thank you and wish you all a joyous festive season. And we also wish you happy very soon. Well, I'm not going to see you. So therefore, not that I'm going to die, of course, but we are going different directions. We are going to Walvis Bay, Swakopmund. I'm going to the north, where my farm is. Not the far north, near north where my farm is. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, if you could please remain on stage, we'll appreciate it. Thank you very much. Your Excellency has given you a very good appetizer in terms of making you very, very curious. Your Excellency, you also said that we showed Namibians the reality, and that is, of course, what it is. We want to take people from shacks to modern houses. You've also said that the current shack backlog is about 500,000, which is quite a lot. So MTC and Huawei would like to collectively make a significant contribution today. May I please have Mr. Hiayan from Huawei on stage and Mr. Elvis Nashilongo, if you could please join me. Can I also have Mr. Vetumbwa V. Mungunda. He's the MD of Standard Bank, but also the champion of the Buy a Brick project, if you could. Can you also bring my check? Thank you very much. a total contribution of 10 million Namibian dollars. If you could please give it to Your Excellency. Now, we've made a calculation that with $10 million, Namibian dollars, not kwachas, you can build 250 houses, which is quite a lot. Most welcome. Your Excellency, thank you very much. Mr. Nashilongo, Mr. Kyayan, thank you very much. Thanks. I know that the governor said the checks will be phased out, so we'll try and EFT the money. If you could kindly bring back that check, can I please have Dr. Per Mishalenga, who is the Minister of Urban and Rural Development. My sincere apologies. Mr. Nashilongo, can you please come back? Mr. Kyayan, can you please come back as well? Honorable, just for a picture opportunity. Yes. Yes. Thank you very much, Honorable. Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Mungunda, can you please stay? Since you are the beneficiary, we do not want our $10 million taking other things, so can you please give us assurance that the money will be put to good use in the presence of His Excellencies? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Directors of Ceremonies, Your Excellency, President Hage Geingob and Madame Geinkos, also the patron of the Shack Dwellers Federation, Your Excellency Vice President, and honorable ministers present here, Your Excellency Ambassador. I'm really humbled on behalf of many Namibians with the contributions that has been made by Huawei and MTC. I believe that you know by now that the provision of decent housing to the low to no income members of our society is something that is very close to the hearts of many Namibians, and something that I believe we should all consider to be a basic human right that every Namibian should expect to be accorded. Your Excellency, what we are witnessing tonight is a practical testimony how we, in the private sector, in true Harambee spirit, are embracing the noble call to pull together, and in this instance, to provide decent accommodation to the low to no income groups. The BioBrick initiative was born in 2015, and I don't think that many people have predicted how this will evolve into this national initiative that is now making a significant difference in the lives of many ordinary Namibians. In the last 2 years since the start of this initiative and before this contribution, an amount of 7.1 million Namibian dollars has been used to provide decent housing and restore dignity to already over 200 families in Namibia. And these Namibians that we're talking about, the cutoff for people to qualify is people that earn less than 2,000 Namibian dollars. So this actually works the other way around. When you go to banks and you want to get a loan, they say you must earn more than. In this instance, you need to earn less than 2,000 Namibian dollars, meaning that we have people that benefit from this. In order to benefit from this, you either should be unemployed, or secondly, if you are employed, you should be earning less than 2,000. And that's normally our domestic workers, our security guards. The 10 million Namibian dollar sponsorship by MTC and Huawei is evidence that big corporates have hearts. And I think as Namibians, we should we should have hearts, and I believe we do have hearts. And I can't believe that we will see something like that and not show, and that's why these are being shown to you, all my colleagues in the private sector, that you will go out of this room and not commit to make a contribution. And we really believe that because of these hearts, and because of the call that we have received from government, it is our duty to make a contribution. Tonight's sponsorship will enable us to scale up the initiative. Through this sponsorship, the Buy Brick initiative, as it was said earlier, will contribute or construct 250 houses, and each house will have a router, making connectivity a reality for the families. This unprecedented contribution by MTC and Huawei is evidence that efforts by the Buy Brick initiative in raising public consciousness about the shortage of housing in Namibia, especially for the low-to-income members of our society, and the efforts of the Shack Dwellers Federation in organizing these Namibians into finding solutions is bearing fruit. And I remember about 3 years ago when we launched the Buy Brick with the First Lady, I don't think that we believed the many families, or we knew how many families will actually benefit from this. Through further funding, I'm optimistic that we'll be able to meet the other objectives of the Buy Brick initiative. Buy Brick was born for two primary reasons. The one is to get contributions for the construction of houses, but the second most important objective was to facilitate research into alternative building materials and alternative building methods that will reduce cost, that will reduce the duration of the construction of houses, as well as the speed. And this is, I believe, is probably the most sustainable, critical objective of this initiative, but the one that is most difficult. We have already had a look at a number of alternative building methods, but it is proven to be extremely difficult. But I believe that on this one now, we are making enormous progress. But in order for us to even take this one, we will require cooperation and collaboration within the Namibian corporate sector, as well as with government and international institutions. I really see that the time is now ripe for that next quantum leap, not only in terms of searching for alternative building methods, but also for an enhanced collaborative approach amongst well-to-do Namibians for the sake of the no-income Namibians. I really want to invite more formal participation from the private sector so that we can see the Buy Brick initiative national. And one of that is we want to establish the Buy Brick steering committee comprising of other like Namibian national organizations that will cooperate in mobilizing funding as well as collaborate in the search for alternative building solutions, as well as also look at policy reviews that will allow for a better, quicker, and a lot more cost-effective construction of houses. We are, as part of this initiative, we are delineating the Buy Brick brand from Standard Bank, and we want to make it a standalone national initiative. And as part of that process, we're creating a steering committee. We are creating a steering committee with a number of other private sector to mobilize funding, but also to look at alternative building methods. The positive response we received today from the corporate world, led by MTC and Huawei, and many others as well that have already contributed, is an indication that we would like to take this initiative further and higher jointly with other corporates. The Shack Dwellers Federation is now occupying a central point in efforts to finding housing solutions, especially low-cost housing in Namibia. They have been very, very effective. They are probably one of the most effective broad-based organizations that I've ever come across. However, to my colleagues, Mr. Mushira, Meme Banga, who's probably around here, as we increase awareness about your efforts and you become the focal point of our country's housing efforts, you will receive increased scrutiny of your work. Please continue to be alert, to be fair, to be transparent, and to be focused. We owe it to our many citizens who have placed all their trust and hope in us. We cannot afford to disappoint them. And to MTC and Huawei, I can assure you that your contributions will go all the way without any cent being deducted, all the way through to the construction of a house somewhere in Namibia. These houses are constructed at a cost of only about 40,000 Namibian dollars each. So it is probably one of the most, and I think that's when you see that collaboration between the private sector and the public sector, the efficiency that comes with that is significant. And also maybe to my the colleagues in the private sector that might not necessarily be in a corporate, the contributions that we are looking for to this Buy Brick initiative does not have to be a lot of money. As I said, one house can be constructed at a cost of 40,000 Namibian dollars. So if you can afford, if you make a contribution of 40,000, you actually construct a house somewhere in Namibia. I have, in my own personal capacity, already made a commitment. This year, earlier in April, I made a contribution of 40,000 Namibian dollars. I am constructing a house somewhere in Namibia, and I will do that as long as I can afford every year. And this is just an appeal to each one of us, those that can afford, please make that 40,000 Namibian dollars so that you can build a house somewhere in Beersheba, somewhere in Okongo, somewhere in Kalkveld or Kamanyap or Divundu or where somewhere. So with that, thank you very much, and a hearty, humble, on behalf of the many Namibians, thank you. And maybe one last thing, please. Just in terms of the alternative building solutions, we are working with some great global institutions that are looking at these alternative building methods. These are some of the greatest global universities in terms of engineering and also global institutions. We are hoping that, Your Excellency, within the next 2 or 3 months, we will be announcing a great initiative that is looking at alternative building methods together with the Shack Dwellers Federation and the government to really look at alternative building methods that will be a lot more quicker and a lot more cheaper, but will also create peripheral industries for Namibia as well. So with that, thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Mugunda. The good news is that we are 3 minutes away from dinner. I was told that Miss Namibia is in the house here as well. Can she please come up? Selma? Just finished.
The voice is gone. Huawei representative, you can please, this is just a token of appreciation to every Namibian that makes a contribution of more than 40,000. You get a plaque like this, and this plaque will be put in the house, inside a house, and it will say this house was sponsored through the Buy Brick initiative by the Mungunda family, and it will be in a house somewhere in Namibia. That family will know that that house was constructed with the support of this particular corporate or this individual. So in this instance, we will have 250 such plaques for houses across Namibia, testimony to the sponsorship by MTC and Huawei. So on behalf of the Buy Brick initiative,
Now he's coming after. Please.
This is a brick The brick is only, please, it is not a real brick that you are buying. You are making a contribution to a house. So people sometimes expect a brick to be delivered to their houses.
Well, thank you very much. I promise that we're going to have dinner in 2 minutes. May I please ask Tines and my colleague Patience to come and join me on stage. We have Miss Namibia, who's taking place in Miss Universe in a couple of weeks. Is that correct? Can you please join me on stage? Thank you very much. Patience. We also hear that you have the Inno Nation Trust doing all this beautiful work. So we'd like to, since we're in such a giving spirit tonight, we'd like to make a small contribution. If the ladies could bring my check. Thank you very much. In the middle. This is, of course, there's a condition. We're giving you this on condition that you bring back the crown. Is that okay? Thank you very much. You go in the middle. So a contribution of 50,000 Namibian dollars to the Inno Nation Foundation to assist Miss Namibia with her beautiful work. And also, of course, a brand new Huawei cell phone. Thank you very much. And all the best. All right. Thank you. All right, so for the vote of thanks, can I ask Tines to close off with the vote of thanks? And then we will do the national and AU anthems. And then I will invite you for dinner. Thank you very much.
Good evening. Your Excellency, the President of Namibia, Dr. Hage Geingob, Director of Proceedings, kindly allow me to rest on the protocol already established. What a beautiful evening. What an evening that brings us back to reality in life. What an evening that we realize, why are we on earth? I hope that all of you really think a little bit about what we experienced tonight. Firstly, I want to thank you, the President of Namibia, Dr. Hage Geingob, for your time to be here tonight and for the words that you spoke regarding all Namibians need to strive to the common goal. And we can name that goal 2030, Harambee, doesn't matter what. At the end of the day, we need to be one nation. And thank you for leadership and thank you for the government of Namibia that give us a peaceful country that we can operate in. Thank you, the First Lady of Namibia, for the support and your vision and view as well. Thank you to the Vice President and Madame Mbumba for attending this. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you to all the ministers, underlying our Minister of ICT, that give us the support and the drive and the challenges to continue and to operate in this industry. Yes, Namibia is indeed a truly Namibian company, but with global capacity. Furthermore, I wish to thank His Excellency, the Ambassador of China, to Namibia for being here and witness the celebration between a proudly Namibian company and a Chinese global company. I also wish to thank the Namibian Group Senior Vice President and all the Huawei representatives here tonight. Thinking about where we are, I want to share some information that in 1995, the first call was made by His Excellency, at that point in time, the Prime Minister of Namibia, Dr. Hage Geingob, and the founding father of Namibia, Dr. Sam Nyoma, on the other end of the line. And that was the first call made in Namibia. And as said by the Chair, we celebrate 2.5 million active connections within Namibia, and that date was the 9th of November 2018. I would like to thank the representative of the Shack Dwellers Federation that are present tonight to celebrate this occasion. Mr. Mungunda from Standard Bank, thank you for allowing us to use BioBrick initiative as a national vehicle in the fight against the national housing problem. This was indeed a selfless move of Standard Bank, and we are proud to have partnered with you and the initiative. And we know that the funds will be go toward the intended use. Thank you to the actors that really underline us what is reality in life, for the life in the shack play. Lastly, thank you to all the invited guests that could join us tonight, captains of industry, members of the media, and all our loyal customers and supporters. Last but not least, thank you to the MTC board, leading by the chair, Mr. Elvis Nashilongo, that give us support and direction, as well as the management and staff for their unwavering dedication towards this business. I can safely say that we have a world-class management team, and I'm proud to manage this company alongside very dedicated individuals every day. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the evening and enjoy your festive season. And please, let's be on earth what God put us here on earth. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Smith. We have sadly come to the end of the evening's proceedings. Thank you very much. And as usual, nobody thanks the Director of Ceremonies. So maybe you can do that. All right, before we close off with the anthems, we're going to have dinner in the most orderly manner. We have ushers there that is going to lead the tables. So if they do not come to your table, please do not stand up. We want to do it as orderly as possible. On that note, shall we now rise for the AU and the national anthem? Thank you very much. dinner. And of course, nobody leaves unless they've eaten. We cannot let that good food go to waste. Thank you very much.
take your hand and lead you to the dance floor. As the music dies, something in your eyes caused the mind a silver screen and all its sad goodbyes. I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. Though it's easy to pretend to know you're not a fool, I should know better than to cheat a friend and waste the chance that I've been given. So I'm never gonna dance again the way I dance with you.